Hello friends, welcome back to virtual sessions. Now in today's sessions I am going to talk about nested loops. Now first of all, in prior session we understand the concept of a loop. Why we need a loop? That is to repeat a process for required number of times or till validity of criteria. Right? We discuss about how one can distinguish between the while, do while and for and all. But today's agenda is to discuss with you, if you establish a loop within loop, this is loop 1, and within that loop if you establish another loop, right, and likewise, then what will happen? When you establish loop within a loop, then it is termed as nested loop. And the principle of nested loop means loop is for one iteration of outer loop inner has to iterate completely. What is the principle of nested loop? For one iteration means one time process. For one step or one iteration of outer loop, because as in nested loop we make an arrangement of loop within a loop. So for one iteration of outer loop, inner has to iterate completely. And this is the basic fundamental of nested loop. Let us understand it by example. Let's say you want to establish a loop for 12 hours clock. You want to establish a loop for 12 hours clock. As you know that in a day, first of all you need to establish a loop of a r, means for, let's say, r equals to 0, r less than 12, right, and r plus plus, right, as it start from 0 to 11, and like 0 to 11 total 12 hours are there. So for 1 hour, as we know that 1 hour consists 60 minutes, then for minutes equals to 0, minutes less than 60, minutes plus plus. Just understand that there is no 12, it's 0, and then 1, 2 because like. So, and in the similar manner there is no 60th minute, there is a 0 to 59, total 60 minutes are there. And then for second equals to 0, second less than 60 again, second plus plus. And in this manner, if I develop a loop, means your outermost loop is for r, and for 1 hour minute has to iterate from 0 to 59, means total 60, and the innermost loop is of second, which is in the range of, in the scope of minute, means for 1 hour minute has to iterate for 60 times, and for 1 minute second has to iterate for 60 times. As we know, 60 seconds equal to 1 minute and 60 minutes equal to 1 hour. It means if we compute the total number of iterations of R, then total iterations, if you have R loop will iterate for 12 times, minute loop will iterate for 12 into 60 times, and second loop will iterate for 12 into 60 into 60 times. Right? Hope you get the basic fundamental of nested loop. What is nested loop? It's a loop within a loop. It's like whenever we get a programming statement or problem definitions where we need to establish a loop within loop. So what basic principle we need to understand? When you establish a loop within a loop, for one step or one iteration of outer loop, inner has to iterate completely. And then and only you can establish a nested loop. Nested loop means loop within a loop. For example, I explain you that, let us take an example of a 12 hours clock. In a 12 hours clock, we know that there are 12 hours, but in 12 hours will be divided into the, every hour will be divided into the 60 minutes, and every minute will be divided into the 60 seconds. So your outermost loop is of R. Then we have the innermost, the inner loop is of minute, and then innermost will be the seconds. So if you compute the total iterations from here, like from here you will get the idea of a nested loop and its iterations. R loop will iterate for 12 hours, 12 times, and at the same time the minute loop will iterate for 12 into 60, and the second loop will be iterate for 12 into 60 into 60. This is the way how the nested loop can be established over there. Now here if you print the in the innermost loop, if you print the R minutes seconds, then you will find that 0, 0, 0, then 1, 2 means first of all innermost loop will be completed, and then the inner and then the outer one over there. It's like once the control will be switched into the nested loop, then for one iteration minute has to completely iterate, and then for 1 minute second has to completely iterate. Means the output will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, means like after 60 seconds 1 minute will be increment by 1, again it switch back to the seconds over there, and after 60 minutes R will be will be increment by 1, and this is the way how the entire loop will be completed. And if you compute the total iterations of R minutes second, this is the value of iterations will be there, right? Let us try the same thing of generating 12 hours clock on the computer screen. Let's write the program for this so that the concept of nested loop will understand very clearly. I'm going to write a program for generating 12 hours clock on the screen. Hash include stdio, hash include unio.h, and I'm going to include another header file called as dos.h, which provides me the function like delay, because as you know, if I set a hours, minutes, seconds, if I and without delay, then it will I'll get the result that is 0, 0, like 12, 60, 60 sort of at a time. But I want to demonstrate that okay, how the second will be gradually grow, and when the second loop will be completed, then minute will be gradually grow, and when minute will be completed, R will be gradually grow. For that reasons I need to delay the process, and for that reason I'm using a function called as delay, and here I'm needing an argument of milliseconds, right? So I need to specify the milliseconds, and delay have a prototype in dos.h, right? Okay, then void main, I'm going to declare 3 variables over here, int hour, minute and second, and clear the screen. And then I will set the outer loop for r equals to 0, r less than 12, r plus plus, this is the outer loop. Then for minute equals to 0, minute less than 60, minute plus plus, this is for minute. And then for second equals to 0, second less than 60, second plus plus, this is for second. Now, as I already explained you about the feature of nested loop. Now here I want to printf percent, maybe you are using 4d minute r, and then percent 4d, for 4d means 4 spaces it will take, right? Because to have a specific space between the hours, minutes and second, and percent 4d, and then here you are using hr, mn and second. Okay. But now if I print it in this manner, then obviously I'll get a the output in the every new line. So I want the output of this hours, minutes, seconds on the specific line. So what I'm going to do, if you want to locate your screen, on the specific location, then you have to use a function called as go to xy, and then you need to specify the column comma row. You might be aware about that on the monochrome screen. I'm having the 80 columns and 25 rows. So if I say go to xy 40,12 means kindly locate 40th column of 12th row. This is the center of the screen, and then if you print that r minutes seconds, and then delay for specific milliseconds. Let's say now I can't say 1000 milliseconds equal to 1 second. If I said, then automatically I have to wait for 12 hours. So I'll just simply put a 100 milliseconds delay time over there, so that I can observe the movements of, observe the increment of second, minutes and hours also. I'll comment it, delay the process for specific milliseconds, right? And go to xy view, locate the screen on specific column and row. Means by locating the specific column and row, and then by printing that particular, and then delay for 100 milliseconds. Means like on the 40th comma 12, I'll get the 0 0 0 initially, and then delay for 100 milliseconds. After 100 milliseconds, 0 0 1, right? 0 0 2, 0 0 3, and once I fill 59, it will be increment by 1. So I'll get the 0 1 again 0, like in this manner I'll get the output on the screen over there. So if you execute this code, you'll understand the functionality of a nested loop, as well as how I can use a delay and go to xy also, right? So after understanding this concept of a nested loop, actually nested loop can be better used for pattern generation. Let's say you want to generate the pattern like this. For example, first row we have a single star, second row you have a 2 star, third row you have a 3 star, fourth row you have a 4 star, 5th row you have a 5 star, right? So if you want to generate the pattern like this, what you can do? Okay, let's write the program for this. Program for pattern generation. In the case of pattern generations, you have to just observe the pattern firstly. Here what you will find, first row 1 column, means like first row 1 star, second row 2 star, means like 1 row 1 column, 2 row 2 columns, means like for corresponding row the column coordinates also incrementing, right? Row means your horizontal rows and vertical columns, right? So horizontally row is incrementing and vertically columns also incrementing correspondingly, right? So this is the like sequence you have to follow. Hash include stdio, hash include conio dot h, then void main. We are actually planning to generate the pattern like this, so I will write the pattern star 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 let's test this now. So I will declare two variables, row and column, right? As I said, I'll set the outer loop for row for r equals to 1, r less than equals to 5. How many total number of rows are there? 5 rows, right? So r equals to 1, r less than equal to 5, r plus plus. Increment the row by 1. For corresponding row, means for column equals to 1 and column less than equal to r, means for 1 row 1 column 1 to 1, for 2 row second row 2 columns are there. For column equals to 1, column less than equal to r, column plus plus. Hope you understand this flow. And then printf, what you have to print? The star. Right? And don't go to the new line. Don't go to the new line when the column column block is there, and then after completion of the column block, then you shift to the new line. Right? And then complete your row loop. Right? Means for one row, column has to iterate completely. Means for one row, column will be incrementing from 1 to 1. One time it will perform and print star. Then go to the new line. Now the row value will become 2 now. Right? So column will increment from 1 to 2 before going to the new line. So it will print 2 star. Then go to the new line. When the row value will be 3, then 1 to 3, 3 star, and go to the new line. You understand it? In this manner, it will generate the pattern like this. Right? Now, after generating this pattern, if you want to continue the same pattern, like now reducing pattern over there, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Now this is for the incrementing block over there. Then you just like here you can comment incrementing pattern, and here I will decide the decrementing pattern. I will decide decrementing pattern for now. Like you are on the like 4, 3, 2, 1. You already said, right? So means for row equals to 1, row less than equals to. Now we have only the 4 rows over there. 4 row plus plus, right? And then for column equals to 1, column less than equals to r, column plus plus. Right? Means row is 1. Now column has to start with row, right? And it has to be the more than, okay, row is 1, right? And then row is 1, means column has to start from, okay, just wait for a while. Row is 4, 4th row, and row has to increment by 1, row minus minus, and column equals to 1. I'll explain you. Column less than equals to r, and column plus plus. Means row is actually decrementing over there. Otherwise, you do one thing. If you don't want to have a confusion, row equals to 1, row less than equal to 4, row plus plus. Then start column with every column with 4, right? And column should be more than equals to r, column minus minus. This is better, right? Let's say you got this enough 4th as a row position. Means row is again you have to develop 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. And what is the arrangement? Like we have to start the column position from 4, so one row column position from 4 to 1, right? So it 4 times it will print again L, print star, then you go to the new line. Hope you understand it, because I have to go for the decremented loop. Here we'll set a incremented loop, means like when the row increment, corresponding column also increments. But here in this case, when the row increments, the corresponding column will be decrement from last position to that row position over there. Means like 4 to 1, 4 times 4 to 2, because R is going to give it 2. 4 to 2 means it's a 3 times, then 2 times, then 1 time. Right? Hope you understand this. This is the way how we can generate the pattern out of it, right? Okay. So after understanding this, if you execute this code, you will get the pattern like this, right? So we are trying to get the idea behind how the nested loop will works, and how nested loop will be helping out us to generate the pattern out of it. Let us discuss about another pattern. Let us say we want to generate the pattern like this. Pattern of numbers like 1 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4 4 5 5 5 5 5, right? What is the pattern? This is the pattern we are going to generate. Means like, let us test this code. What is the pattern you generate? This is the pattern. Let us code for it. stdio.h nemo.h void main ntr comma c, R for row and C for column. It's like while generating pattern, it's all the tip of the corresponding row and column coordinates. Means okay, first of all you set a loop like for r equals to 1, r less than equals to 5, r plus plus. Okay. And you know what you find over here, when the row increments, column also incrementing correspondingly. So you set the column equals to 1, column less than equals to r, column plus plus. Means when row is 1, column also 1, where row is 2, column also 2. And here you have to print the value of %4d, the value of r. Value of r is, means like C is incrementing from 1 to 2 and then like 1 to 3, but what you have to print r, value of r over there. So here first line and then go to the new line. So first row it will print 1, second row it will print 2 times r, right? And 3 times r likewise. So you get the pattern like this, right? Okay. Let us change the pattern now. If you test this code, you get this pattern. Now let us change the pattern. And the pattern will be 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5, right? So what we need to do, hash include stdio, hash include Konya video, for row equals to 1, row less than equals to 5, row plus plus because you have a number of rows 5, and then for column equals to 1, column less than equals to r, column plus plus. Now in prior example 1 2 2 3 3, so we print the row coordinates. If you print over here the column coordinate, right, so you will get column 1 to 1 1, then 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 likewise, and then you go to the new line. Hope you like, if after testing this all the codes you will understand the logic behind generating the pattern generations, right? Let us like generate another pattern now as we get used to with the pattern generations. You want to generate the pattern like this. Let's say you got a 1 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 and 5. Like up till now we define all the patterns incrementing from 1 to 100. Now let's say it should decrement from like 5 to 1. So hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. Now you have like incremented row positions. It's okay. You can generate the, you can set the initial loop like int rnc, clear the screen for r equals to 1, r less than equals to 5, r plus plus. But now we need to concentrate on the column. Means like for one row, column is decrementing from so you have to set the for column equals to, what is the value of column? 5, column more than equals to r, column minus minus, column has to reduce. Okay? So 5 to 1 is 5 times over there, and then here it will, what you need to print the value of r, right? So it will 5 times 1, it will print an online, right? So value of r is 1, so it will 5 times 5 to 1 minus minus, so 5 times 1 will be printed, and then the row value will be 2, so 5 to 2, which means 4 times it will print the value of again r, so 2 will be printed for 4 times, right? And then you go to the new line. Hope you got the idea behind the pattern generations, right? Now let us like try another pattern just to get another idea. Let us have like a pattern like here you got a 5 5 5 5 5 4 4 4 4 3 3 3 2 2 and 1, right? So hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, we have a void man, and r comma c, clear the screen, and for now we have a pattern like, okay, so r equals to 5, r, okay, but column is okay fine, no issues. Need to one, r is 5, r less than, r more than equals to 1, r minus minus, means if you set up or loop from 1 to 5 or 5 to 1, the total number of rows will be the 5 only, and then you set for column equals to 1, column less than equals to r, column plus plus, right? So column is 1 to 5, means I'll get a 5, and then here if I print the value of %4d, the value of r, right? So 5 5 5 I'll get it for the 5 times, and then you go to the new line over here. Means by making some of the adjustments in the row and column coordinates, I can easily able to generate the patterns like this, right? Hope you got it this time, right? Okay, this is about the pattern generations. Thank you.